Quick warning, I'm going to be talking about chapter 139 and my thoughts on the entirety of the Attack on Titan manga, so big spoiler warning here. So I'm going to separate this video into parts because I have a lot to say, starting with part 1, the ending. Lots of people did not enjoy the ending, but I personally thought it was really good, and I'm going to explain to you why. I mean, how can you read every chapter up to 139 and then suddenly the final chapter just completely ruins everything for you? I just don't really understand that sentiment. Lots of people are saying it ruined Eren's entire character, but to me, those people weren't truly paying attention, because if you were, you knew that Eren's character didn't actually change, and he was putting on a facade so he could make his friends unite against him to take him down, and they would be seen as the heroes. If anything, this just drove home the point even more that nobody is truly right or wrong in Attack on Titan. There's always going to be this big gray area, and it's shown even more because after Eren dies, everyone's still at war. If anything, this also lends more to the case as to why the Titans should not exist, because their powers are still not fully understood and they can cause catastrophes like the rumbling. Now, on to Eren a little bit. People are really getting his character confused in this final chapter. People are saying that him, letting out his true feelings and things of that nature was him reverting and losing all his development, which in my opinion, that's completely not the case. To me, it showed that Eren had developed, but he was still truly himself. Another point I see being discussed a lot is the death of Eren. So, to me, Eren was never going to be truly free until he died. Because from day one, from the moment he became a Titan, he was destined to die. Now, you're going to say that's obvious, duh, but even if Eren somehow lived through this, he was still going to die in 2 or 4 years. I can't remember the exact amount of time he had left, but he was going to die anyways. Now, you got to look at it this way. Either he stays alive, his plan doesn't work, and Titans still roam the world, or he successfully completes his plan of the rumbling and having everyone take him down and having Mikasa win over Ymir, which in turn broke the curse of the Titans from the world. So at this point, Eren actually completes his real true goal, which if you remember from early Attack on Titan was to exterminate all Titans. So in this scenario, Eren does the best he possibly can, which to me is the best possible ending we could have got. He saves his friends, he dies and becomes free, and he rid the world of Titans. To me, that is the perfect conclusion for Eren Yeager's character. So here's part 2. Possible theories that have not been discussed, or at least things that I and my brother have talked about and come up with that I really haven't seen people talking about. So the first thing that isn't really talked about is regarding Eren and the Attack Titan. So Eren explains to Armin that the moment he touched Historia, the past, the present, and the future were all happening for him at the same time. So the way I interpret this is he really doesn't get a very clear understanding of what's happening all the time. Most people are assuming that Eren is like omnipresent and can control any memory at any time to fit his needs. But it really isn't like that. It makes it seem like he's already on a predetermined path of a future that he saw, and he can alter things and change things to help him get to his best possible outcome, but he can't freely change everything. This is further explained by him actually knowing that Ymir will resonate with Mikasa, but he doesn't know why she will. He just knows that Mikasa is the answer, but he doesn't know the why, which clearly explains to me that he knows some, but he doesn't know everything. Another thing that I never see discussed is the possibility of the Attack Titan having some sort of will of its own. Now hear me out. If Ymir could embed her will into the Founding Titan to control anyone within the royal family that gets the Titan, couldn't the Attack Titan theoretically do the same thing? So now we can even attribute some events in some situations to the will of the Attack Titan. Like for instance, was the rumbling the idea of Eren, or was it the idea of the Attack Titan? And he just goes along with it because he agrees that at this point this could be the best way to get to the outcome that I want to get to, which is him start the rumbling, have his friends kill him, and save the world. The final part of the video. Be happy with what we got. Look, I've been through this. Endings are hard. I came from the Game of Thrones fandom, and I was heavily invested in so many theories and headcanons, and they didn't come true. Game of Thrones really taught me to just accept the ending for what it is. And yeah, it was kind of trash, but let me get to the point. What I learned from Game of Thrones is not to put too much stock in your personal theories and headcanons, because when they don't come true, then you really do get disappointed. I'm looking at you, our Titan folk. I mean, my God, I haven't seen so much salt from one subreddit since chapter 139 dropped. They're really salty that Historia and Eren weren't a thing and that the baby wasn't his. And honestly, let me take my little victory lap here. I made this video and this video, and they both were pretty much right. The first one is how I said Eren isn't the father of Historia's child, which if you paid attention, they literally told you who it was. And the second is I predicted a lot of the events that were going to happen in the ending of Attack on Titan. Not all of it, but I was pretty close. Let's take this even further. What other endings could have happened, and how do you think people would have felt about them? In my head, there's only 3 other ways it could have ended. 1, everything happens pretty much the same, but Eren gets revived and everyone lives happily ever after. I wouldn't have liked that as much as the ending we got, because Eren coming back would have just felt like a cop-out. It wouldn't have felt satisfying, and I'm sure a lot of people would have not been cool with that. Now, there was a small group of fans who really wanted Eren to live, but come on guys, we knew he was gonna die. The second possible ending is Eren wins, the rumbling wins, and literally everyone dies. Now, that would have actually been pretty interesting to see, but I honestly never thought that it would really end that way. The way that I saw Attack on Titan going was we went through so much pain, so much suffering, we had to have something good happen eventually. And so I figured at the end, Isayama, he's going to give us a bittersweet, he's going to give us the nice ending, but Eren's not going to make it. That's what I thought was going to happen, and it did, and I enjoyed it. Now, a lot of you sick freaks out there would have loved it if Eren just killed everyone and he won. But come on, guys, you knew that wasn't going to happen. And the last ending is the r/Titanfolk dream scenario. Eren Historia being a thing, him being the father of the child, and a couple other things. I'm not heavily involved in that subreddit, so I don't know everything they wanted, but I've seen people make literal fan chapter endings that changed a lot of details to fit what they thought was gonna happen. Like I said, they were so heavily invested in their own theories and headcanons that since they didn't come true, they were just completely salty. I mean, massive amounts of copium. They literally rewrote the chapter to make themselves feel good. That's kind of bad, guys. At the end of the day, we as fans of any sort of media, we need to understand that endings are hard and you're not going to satisfy everyone. So we need to learn to just take them for what they are and try to enjoy them. Because let's be honest, guys, it's not that serious. It's just a form of media we like to consume and enjoy. So why don't you try that for once? Enjoy it for what it is. That's pretty much my full thoughts on this. If y'all liked anything that I had to say, comment down below. If you agree with me, comment down below. If you disagree with me, let me know. Let's argue in the comments. I'm ready. No, I'm not really ready, to be honest. So if this is the first time you're seeing me, it would be greatly appreciated if you would subscribe, like the video, maybe share it with a friend if you enjoyed it. Thanks for sticking around for the whole video, and I'll catch you on the next one.